Thank you very much, Vito. We could just hear you. We didn't have to see you, but you know, it's always a treat either way.
I was looking at the poems.
Yeah.
Kind of
Okay, not a problem.
on the screen. Sorry.
No, it's totally cool. We're at the end of the first round. I'm going to read 3, but they're all like 1 page each, so they're short. And since it's over an hour in after the first round, I might ask the second round that we read just 2 after this, just to make sure that we've got time. And Lorna, I will make a point to put you in earlier so that you can read something before 5 o'clock, so you're all set with that. The first poem I was going to read is from the other magazine that I run at Scars Publications, scars.tv online. It's Down in the Dirt, and it is titled Sprung from Grief. I base the titles of issues on accepted writing within it. There's a piece in CC&D called Falling, which is why that one's called that. And Sprung from Grief is one of the titles in this, and I thought I had seen shots of this statue as a memorial in Russia, and so I had a video still from seeing it, and I just thought that would be a perfect cover. Yay. And I will share with you one poem from this, and because I'm in low light, I'm pulling a Tom here, and I'm going to read this poem that was written on the 24th of June, and it was written on and for the celebration of the Senses Day. And this piece is called Bronze Sculptures Will Crumble to Pieces. Once visiting the Smithsonian Art Gallery in Washington, D.C., I told friends about enjoying the world through all of your senses. We're used to sight, but I mentioned taste, smell, and touch as we proceeded to walk into a room with a bronze statue of the crucifix propped up against the wall. An interesting surface, one friend thought, so she touched the cold, smooth metal. Of course, that's when the guard from the other room ran in, yelling, "Hey, don't touch that!" But the deed was done. That deed was done. That guard is probably still just fearing that the bronze sculpture will crumble to pieces because she grazed it with her left hand. My suggestion to you, feel the texture of the food that you eat as it slides down your throat. When you walk outside today, deeply inhale, smell everything from the foliage in full bloom, or even the smell of the exhaust permeating the streets outside. Run your hand along the bark of a tree or blades of grass, or even the concrete commuters walk over every single day. Note the shapes of the clouds in the sky. Think about how the wind feels from outside or from an indoor fan against your skin. And most importantly, the next time you hug someone, hold tight. And today, feel everything you can with all of your senses. So there's a celebration of the senses short poem thing, and that's there's my representation for Down in the Dirt today. And then one other 1-page poem. This is a new one, and it is entitled Viruses, Entirely Human After All. Viruses contributed to the building blocks during the evolution of the human species. So now our bodies, partially built by viruses, now fight viruses that don't like the viruses we chose to include in our genetic DNA. And humans are made of so many microbes, tiny foreign microorganisms, that over half of us humans aren't even made of human cells. This is what consumes me when I think of the inhumane ways the ones who loved me treated me, like my inadequate boyfriend breaking up with me right before I stood up in a wedding, or another strangling me because I wanted to go out on St. Patrick's Day. Tell me what is fair when I hear catcalls from strangers or feel stares from men as I walk down the street. This is when I must remember. Inhumane behavior may come from viruses within, but don't forget, those inhumane aren't entirely human after all. Short one for that one. And then because these are short, and I said I know it's 2 versus 3, I'm going to do 1 Twitter-length poem for another element thing. And this is actually for deuterium. This is a bonus one, deuterium. This poem is called Deuterium, How Sweet It Is. Hydrogen plus 1 neutron equals a heavy deuterium. This isotope in water makes D2O, heavy water. Researchers from 35 tasted it, said it was sweet, but tasting alone is inconclusive. So Hebrew U got all technical and tons of tests proved heavy water activates our T1R2, T1R3 sweet taste receptors. I can't believe they went through all of this stuff to figure out that deuterium, it's really hard to see, but it's a little picture of like a man in the bottom of a little plastic man in the bottom of a water tank. So heavy water dropped in. But yeah, people are doing scientific experiments to say, is deuterium actually heavy? But it actually activates your sweet receptors if you taste that versus just regular water, which I thought was just crazy. So anywho, just to make sure, because I know it's probably well after, it's 4:42, we should do a round of two for the last round for everybody, I think, just to make sure that we've all got time for it.